race behind Oregon's Day at Flemington, the Furphy Stakes. And before that, ran some really nice races as well at Flemington. So this horse comes back to this track where it has a fantastic record, 3 wins and a placing at the track and distance. So yeah, you can't really go too much wrong with that sort of form. I'd be keen to play it on top. Even second number 4, Brimy Roses now $11 for this horse. Looks hugely over the odds. Been racing in group company so far this preparation. Besides its first up run in a listed race at Caulfield, has fantastic form around behind it. You look at last prep when it went in the spring, where at Flemington it finished just behind Shillelagh in a Group 1 there. This is the easiest race it's facing she's facing a while, so if she's going to get a win, this would be the one. So I definitely look. I couldn't put it on top because of that inability to win, but it would definitely be the finish, and I would not be surprised if it wins. So I'll definitely be having a little bit of something on her as well. In for third, I like number 3, Maleyes. I think it can bounce back off that form behind Nantali last start. Third up this time round, should run a nice race, I think, Maleyes. In for fourth, number 7, Flying Krupp, who ran quite well at Caulfield last start behind Mamselle Test, and the start prior to that behind Swift Sis up the straight. So I could see it improving and running a nice race. So I'm pretty keen with number 8 on top. As I said, with those track and distance stats, look pretty easy to take. But number 4, Brimy Roses, easiest race she's contested in a while. I could see her perhaps winning this race, but just that lack of winning for me is a bit of a concern. But I'll definitely have her in. Number 3, Maleyes in for third. Again, pose some good odds there to take, I think. And in for fourth, number 7, Flying Corrupt. Race number 7 is a 3-year-old race, the Niche Stakes. I'm pretty keen on number 1, Acadian, to win this race. I thought its run at Packen was fantastic to finish over Holland Beat late there. Its second up stats aren't great, but I just think that was a good return at Pakenham, and it can run really nicely here. Matt Kamani, I reckon, has it's well set. Not keen to take the $9.50 odds. Thought that run was fantastic, and he looks to have come back a retreat. So I'm pretty keen to have it on top to beat number 5, East Indian Man. Was really unlucky not to win. Was just beaten late by Vegas Boulevard last start at Morphettville Parks track. Before that was just beaten by Outrageous by half a length at Flemington, so it should be in the numbers. Again, poses some nice odds of $6. In for third, I like number 9, Tishan Dancer. Is coming off that beating Music Bay, who then franked the form one well at Sandown. Was a bit disappointing last week. 2 weeks ago, but maybe it was last week. And then went up to Randwick in the South Pacific Stakes, finished behind Fasika. So there's so much form coming out of that Fasika race tomorrow, and I'm actually thinking that'll be a real good form race. So I'm a bit surprised if Tishan Dancer runs well. Would have been more keen on if it didn't draw barrier 12. But yes, in for fourth, number 11, Aristocratic Miss, who's second up here. I thought it was run first up, but Morphettville was great. It was racing group company as a 3-year-old last prep. Still is a 3-year-old, but last preparation ran some nice 3-year-old races, including third behind Persuader at Sandown on the Hillside track. You're looking 1.7 lengths off a Hood. So there's some good, 2.8 lengths off Pudakawa. So there's some great form lines there. If it can return to that sort of form, it could go close to winning this race. But I'm quite keen on number 1, Acadian. I think it's returned quite nicely. In for second, number 5, East Indian Man. In for third, number 9, Tishan Dancer. And in for fourth, number 11, Aristocratic Miss. The final event on the card at Morphettville is the feature. It's the Chairman's Stakes. I'm pretty keen on number 1, Declaration of Heart. I thought its run behind Age of the Truth and the Derby was a bit disappointing, but before that, it ran really well it was only just beaten by Global Exchange in the Alistair Clark Stakes at Moonee Valley. Before that, he had form around Mystic Journey and had some real close lost seconds at Sandans prior to that. So I could see it return to form tomorrow and winning ahead of number 3, Savioke, who has the wide draw to contend with. But I like this horse, and I thought its win at Cranbourne was quite impressive. So I expect it to run a good race as well. Obviously, this is a horse that finished 3.5 lengths, just under 4 lengths behind Extra Brute at Derby. So stepping up in distance is going to be pretty ideal for it, I think. So I can see it being in the finish. In for third, I like I like actually number 14, a mannequin for Michael Kent. I think he's placed this quite well. It finished 3.6 lengths, finished off nice behind Moret, and I think the extra distance is going to really suit it. It's up to this, 2,000 metres for the first time. I think it can run a nice race at $31 odds. And in for fourth, I've got number 2, Classic Wayway, who won well, beating Head Noises last start. And I was a bit disappointed because I was on Head Noises myself and it was paying huge odds. So that was disappointing to see Classic Wayway pit me there, but I think it'll be in the finish again. I'd be looking at number 5, Star South, number 4, Star Missile if you're playing your quaddy. So just to recap the numbers, number 1, Decoration of Heart, looks to have the quality on this field. I think it can win. In for second, number 3, Savvy Oak. In for fourth, number 14, a mannequin at nice odds for Michael Kent. In for fourth, number 2, Classic Wayway. So that's my my wrap of the Hawkesbury, Doomben, and Morphettville meetings. My Caulfield meetings up on YouTube now. It's the previous video. Go ahead, check it out. Thanks for the support. Good luck tomorrow. Hope you're following, and hopefully we get some good winners.